Congratulations, California, we did it. We showed up on November 8th and voted yes on Proposition 64, legalizing marijuana in the beautiful place we call home. Voters in Maine, Massachusetts, and Nevada all joined the Green Revolution along with us. But there's still a lot of questions out there and a lot of misinformation floating around, so let's answer some of those questions. Proposition 64 makes it so that Californians can immediately grow and possess marijuana, which means if you have some weed on you right now, don't worry, it's legal. Now let's address some of the myths floating around out there. Like, for example, Prop 64 will destroy medical marijuana patients' rights. This simply is not true. The Adult Use of Marijuana Act actually further protects Proposition 215 patients. It protects their child custody rights, sets a cap at $100 for medical marijuana cards, and provides cards for the needy. Next, there's this idea that Proposition 64 will ban outdoor marijuana grows. Wrong again. Absolutely nowhere in the language of Proposition 64 does it ban the outdoor growth of marijuana. What the Adult Use of Marijuana Act does do is give municipalities the ability to ban the outdoor growth of marijuana within their city limits. However, Proposition 64 still protects green-friendly Californians by making it impossible for any city to ban all forms of marijuana cultivation. Finally, let's address the idea that the taxes collected from Proposition 64 will not help California. Proposition 64 will place the taxes it collects in a special marijuana fund so that we can be sure exactly how that money is being spent. The taxes from Proposition 64 will first be spent on setting up the entities that will regulate the newly legalized marijuana market. The Adult Use of Marijuana Act would then fund research into marijuana policy, and how weed impairs driving, but also provide money for local health departments and nonprofit community services. 60% of what's left over after that will go to funding youth drug prevention programs. 20% will be spent on cleaning up environmental waste left over by illegal marijuana grows. And the remaining 20% will go directly to law enforcement. California has the 6th largest economy in the world, and its marijuana market stands to dwarf that of states that have already legalized cannabis. This means that already existing medical dispensaries will soon be making the transition from medical to recreational. Under Proposition 64, medical dispensaries like the one behind me will be required to apply for a Type 10 retailer license in order to enter the recreational marijuana market. The Department of Consumer Affairs is required to start issuing the license by January 1st, 2018. However, the state legislature is considering issuing special, conditional, time-restrained licenses to medical marijuana dispensaries so that they can legally sell recreational marijuana until the state has a chance to catch up. So this means for Californians waiting to buy their first bag of legal weed, you may not have to wait much longer. For Burn After Reading, I'm David Taub, and always remember, smoke responsibly.